Okay, I've been doing these videos on TikTok for about a week now. I just quoting the law. This top one here has 0 views because TikTok removed it, and I think because it mentioned the death penalty in there. But I was just quoting the law, and I told them I was just taking it off the internet, look it up. They did, so they replaced it. But you should take a look at that one. See, because these are, that one 2000. But all I do is quote the law, tell you what's happening and what isn't, what's supposed to happen. So some of the longer ones, that one's got 4,000. But see, that one, that's important. You should watch that one. All these are important because I was explaining to you living under the color of law. This one right here is about prosecutorial misconduct. Okay, specifically I mentioned that one is because of the Brady violation, meaning withholding exculpatory evidence. Then I mentioned going beyond a Brady violation, because in the rules of professional conduct, it's mandatory to report misconduct. And your lawyer is an ineffective assistance of counsel because your lawyer did not abide by the rules of professional conduct. And you cannot violate one rule without violating multiple rules of the rules of professional conduct. Rules of professional conduct are what establishes effective assistance of counsel in the Sixth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. And those mandatories are for all attorneys and judges to uphold, defend, and report any misconduct in the rules or the codes. So anyways, prosecutor didn't report your lawyer for ineffective assistance of counsel and the judge for judicial misconduct because it's mandatory in both the rules and the codes to report misconduct. So beyond the Brady violation is they aided and assisted the judge and your attorney withholding due process, because due process is contingent on a fair trial. A fair trial is contingent on effective assistance of counsel. Effective assistance of counsel is clearly described in the rules and the codes, the rules of professional conduct, codes of judicial conduct. And nobody does that. Nobody reports each other. That's why everybody so blatantly violates the rules of professional conduct and the code of judicial conduct. Period. It's just, they don't do it, and nobody. But see, if you learn it and you take that to court with you, and you demand that everybody plays by the rules and the codes, it'll happen. It's worked many a times. Some of my other videos, I prove that to you. Okay, but that's important. Prosecutorial misconduct, because beyond that, they aided and assisted the judge and your attorney in denying you due process. Because like I said, I hate to keep repeating it, there is no due process. If you didn't have a fair trial, you didn't have a fair trial because you didn't have effective assistance of counsel. You didn't have effective assistance of counsel because nobody abided by, enforced, or reported misconduct. And violating the rule, any of the rules or the codes, is misconduct. I'm going to make another video going over the rules and then the codes and how easy it is to violate those rules and codes and use it against them. Okay, but you should look at that one. Thanks for listening. Everything's news you can use on all these. I have a page, Legal Reform, and I have a thing I call the Protege Project. I'm trying to pass the torch before my old ass dies. Everything I teach is pretty easy. And I'm not actually teaching, I'm just showing you the law, and you're just taking it in your head like I did mine. This is stuff, once you read, it's hard to forget. I guess that's what made it so easy for me to remember. And I've been at it since 1979, telling people about this, but, I was young. I wasn't old enough to graduate. high school.